What's going on, guys? It's your boy K-Aus bringing you guys another video. Today I'm bringing you guys a money play at a gun tray open. They also have it out of the Pats and Bills playbook out of Gun Trips Y Flex. But I'm in the Titans right now and it's in gun tray open. The only difference from the tray open and the Trips Y Flex is the tight ends on the line. But it's the same exact routes from the same exact personnel, so there's no difference other than that. I'm just gonna jump into it from against cover 3. We're on the wrong hash. We want to be your trips on the wide hash, so your ISO receivers should be on the short side. So there's a few setups that I like to do. Here's the first one. It's this is against, if I think they're in cover 3, I'll do this, but this will beat pretty much anything cover 2, cover 3. This is my favorite setup against cover 3 because they're gonna probably play hard flats. This is probably what they'll do. Or if they want to press, they'll do this, and they'll probably deep quarter both guys. Either or, they'll do one or the other. Probably the press with the deep quarters is more likely, especially from a decent player. But essentially, oh my goodness gracious. I love practice mode. The block sheds are awesome. But essentially, this post beats everything, no matter what anyone's in. It's a really, really good post. And I know you're going to say, oh, it's probably from a tight end, but honestly, in Mutt, like, there's fast tight ends. There's Kittle. There's Dallas Clark. But even with Kelsey, like, Kelsey's not that fast in race, and he gets there pretty quickly. This isn't, like, the slowest post ever, and it's going to beat everything. So for this first setup, the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, so the post is going to get open no matter what. You don't need anything pulling it down. And you just need that fade on the outside, pushing the deep blues back. That's all you need. It's going to get over the yellows every time, and it's going to get underneath the deep blues every single time. So the reason for the back side of this with the hitch smoke screen is the smoke screen is going to pull the flat out, and then you can throw the smoke screen. The smoke screen is going to pull the flat out, and then you can throw the hitch. It gets to a really good spot, especially because they're going to be user in the yellow, and they're going to be probably user in the post. So I'll show you guys that on the replay, but I'm just going to show you guys here that the post gets open without anything pulling it down. So jump back into the replays here, and you can see even with a slow Kelsey, you get this pass off pretty quickly. So like, it's not like I'm sitting in the pocket for an hour. And you got to keep in mind also, like, this is probably their user, one of these guys, and if their user's not right here, you throw this instantly. I'm gonna show you guys that on the next play. So you can see the smoke screen just holds this flat, and this hitch gets to a perfect spot, and that's a shaded down hook curl, obviously, because I have the hard flats out there. So their user has to pick really quick on this play. So say that this is their, I'm gonna show you guys the hitch, and then I'll show you guys what you can do to manipulate the user. So give me a second here. Bam. So you just throw that really quick. As soon as they don't go to it, low ball it using the L2 or left trigger. Just low ball it, and that gives you that quicker rack animation. So I'll show you guys the difference real quick on that. I'll show you guys that in my previous video, but I'm sure you guys didn't all watch it. So I'll show you guys that here. So if you throw a regular one, it won't always turn up field perfectly. You see that slow little animation? Whereas if you low ball it, it gets a really quick one. Alright, I don't know what I just did. Everything got screwed up. Just using two hands backfired right there. Blitzed my corner and did all types of stuff, so. Alright. And when you lowball it, you can see he turns upfield a lot quicker, and you can start one cutting and doing all that. So I don't know why, but just lowball it when it's open. Just trust it. So now I'm going to show you guys how you guys kind of just pick between the user now. If this is the user, so say this is the user, and you man him up on the hitch, so he goes and lurks the hitch. You can just throw this post instantly right on break, bam, right? And if they user the post like pretty much they have been, then you throw the hitch like I showed you. And then you could probably and then say they're using this guy, right? If they're using this guy, then they have to play the post. They can't possibly play the hitch because this other hook curl is not going to play it. So they have to use it to the post though, because if they're not on that side, like, so if they're here and they try to go over and lurk the hitch, you're just gonna throw this post for like 25, 30-yard gain. Just fit it in right here. So they really have to pick on this play. It's actually a really, really good play. And then, so if they're in cover 2, this setup works. It does. It's just not. It's not going to be quite as effective. I'm gonna show you the setup if I think they're going to be in cover 2. So you can still lowball that hitch, right? It's a quick read because the flat still gets held down by the smoke screen or held outside, and you can throw it right here. However, if you're late on it, unlike cover 3, the vert hook will come back to it. So let me show you guys that. And that's why it's a little bit better to use a different setup for cover 2, because if you don't make that quick read, you really only have one read and it's the post, but it still works. So it's up to you guys, but I'll show you guys the next setup in a second. But I'm gonna show you guys the vert hook. The vert hook stay right there, so I messed that up. That's my bad. So yeah, so the vert hook will play the hitch sometimes. And see, he drops back, but then he goes back to it. So I was just holding the ball to make sure you guys could see that he comes back to it. So I'll show you guys one more time so I don't get sacked. So they're in cover 2. The vert hook leaves for a second, then he comes back to it. And you know, the blocks are unbelievable, so I'll just jump to the replay. So the post is open here, but you can see this vert hook coming back towards the hitch. So if I don't throw it instantly, like, he'll come back to it. But I mean, it's not that quick of a comeback, but if you shade down, it's going to be even quicker. Let's just say I shaded down. See? And he goes over there. See how quick that was? So essentially, it's not the best when you have cover 2, but I mean, let's just take a sidebar and talk about how great Chiefs D-line is, huh? Okay, now, so let's go. We're in cover 2, and I'm just gonna show you guys that this post doesn't need anything to help it get open. The mid-read doesn't play it the way it should. I don't know why. You would assume a mid-read would play that, but it doesn't. And that's really good for the offense. So I'm going to shade up now. As you can see, I'm shading up. And the mid-read's still not going to play this post. Don't know why, but it doesn't. So it gets wide open. Okay, sorry guys, I had to cut real quick, my bad. This is the setup for cover 2. That's where I left off. If they're in cover 2 100%, I know they're in cover 2 100%. I'll either do this with a drag and a smart in on the outside, because they're gonna play cloud flats most of the time, and this drag's gonna get to a really good spot against that, as well as that smart in getting open late if they're blitzing against the cloud flat, so it'll beat the cloud flat. So I'll show you guys this, and then the other setup's going to be, if you can't do a smart routed in, because obviously you're not going to always be at 1st and 10, I'll flat hill, and I'll just do a baby in route on Conley. So I'll show you both of these, but we'll show you the smart in first. So they're in cover 2, and the post is going to beat everything, obviously, which is what we talked about. But you can hit this drag, and that's a free 7-8 yards if they're playing cloud flats. They're going to play cloud flats or soft squats most of the time in cover 2, because you can really take an advantage of if you play hard flats a lot from cover 2. You can only do it sparingly. So that's just something to keep in mind, which is why the drags are so effective against cover 2. But in cover 3, they're going to be on hard flats most of the time, which is why you don't want to do this setup. Now I'll show you guys the post still gets open. Don't know why it beats mid-reads, but it does. And then you're not going to be able to throw this in route if they don't blitz anybody, and like I don't have a user out there either. Like the vert hook's gonna play this smart in, but who really plays cover 2 stock, no one blitzing, right? So I'll show you guys that it doesn't get open here, but where it can be effective if you don't if they're gonna be blitzing you. So if you don't play full out coverage. So I'll just show you guys in the replay. Just holding it here. The cloud's gonna pass him off to the vert hook, and he's never really truly open, which is fine, because if someone's playing cover 2 stock, like send 4 no blitzing, you're gonna pick them apart. So like say they're blitzing and they send this vert hook, and then they're probably user in this mid read, so they're gonna have to pick. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm not gonna throw anything until like super late here. I'm gonna show you guys that you can throw the drag early, throw the in route, and just show you guys the different reads on this play. And essentially, they're user in the mid read. So drag, in route, and then post. So I was just trying to stand here and show you guys. So if they're sending this vert hook, you can instant throw this drag. Bam, right there. Instant throw it. And then next, you can throw this in route right here. As soon as you see this cloud kind of take a step behind it, you can throw it, bam, right there. And then you always have the post going across the field, beating everything. So I'll show you guys that one more time against the blitz, and I'll throw the in route this time for you guys. So without the flat there, pulling the cloud flat back, you have to wait a second to throw it. Bam, right there. I like to lowball it, makes it an easier catch as well. That's up to you guys. Remember L2, left trigger. And then here's the setup if you don't have the play sticks, or excuse me, the smart route, like a 1st and 10, 2nd and 10 type deal. You do this flat with the in route. So you're gonna see the in route's probably not gonna get open with a vert hook here, and it's just gonna play that. But like I said before, if someone's really running a cover 2, not blitzing, like, you're gonna pick them apart, I promise. Just use the hitch smoke screen setup, or just don't even run this play, to be honest. Like, you can run anything and kill it. So like, if they're running it stock, they're not blitzing anybody, like, wish them good luck. So this is what essentially you're gonna see. You're probably gonna see this most of the time, to be honest. Send 6, but I'll show you guys now. If they blitz that vert hook, quick easy throw, backside, perfect. And then what makes this play go really is this post. This post is the best part of the play by far. It beats everything. I don't know why, but it does, and you should utilize that. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. And if we get 100 likes on this video, I'll give you guys another play to add to your scheme. You guys can find this play in lots of different playbooks. It's in Patriots, it's in Bills, which is a really good trips tight end playbook as well. It's in Browns, and it's in Titans. So hope you guys enjoy. Take it easy. Peace.